Hello everyone and welcome back guys to Round 2 of the Online Racing Association British GT Series. So today we're here at Catalunya, and obviously if you guys missed out on the first video at Watkins Glen, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But this weekend we made it to a lobby. Somehow, I honestly don't know how this Audi is. I hope this is the Audi's worst track on the whole. Sadly, you know, there's been a lot of discussions after round 1 on the lead up to this one, and a lot of people have come to the consensus that the Aston Martin was very much the quickest car on the grid by a fairly considerable margin on the whole over the Mercedes. And you know, people were saying the Audi was, well, I mean the Audi and pretty much everything else wasn't really up close enough to any of them. So yeah, myself and you can see Sparky there as well in the McLaren really putting the weight for all of the other non-Aston or Mercedes in this series. The Mercedes isn't too bad. It's certainly one of the quickest cars, but it's not ridiculous. The Aston just is mega everywhere, sadly, and it's a bit frustrating to try and go against. You'll see in this video, you know, the Aston is pretty much identical to us down the straights, and then just so much quicker through the corners, sadly. So yeah, hoping the BOP does get looked into, ready for the next round of this season. Yeah, hopefully we have a nice solid race out here today. You know, up in a lobby, there's potential to try and score some big points here. Lobbies have been made much bigger after complaints from round 1, and we've got 10 GT4s and 12 GT3s in top split here tonight. And yeah, once again, doing quite well, hopefully. Try and be consistent, score some good points. You know, consistency is always the aim in this series. After the first week's worth of racing, I think we were up to P7 overall, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been P6 instead. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. You know, strongest Audi, strongest non-Aston or Merc. That's probably the aim over the course of this season, just to end up being sort of best of the rest at the end of the day. But obviously we'll have to wait and see as to how this does pan out. Obviously a very long season ahead of us nonetheless. We get down in towards the final couple of corners then to finish off a lap 1, and we are all over the back of AMS Hurricane there in the Aston Martin. Obviously someone that I raced in last time out as well. Obviously in the Aston Martin, as you can see there, he actually gets up the inside of his teammate AMS Mead through the final couple of corners of that lap there. And you can just have a look. If you look at the feet counter here as we come down towards turn 1, you know, I'm in the slipstream, and the Aston at the top end is starting to pull away again. It's pretty crazy on the whole, and I'm sure you guys are under no illusions just from, you know, my POV, just that Aston is just got so much better rotation there. A bit of an instant though between both of the Astons and AMS McQueen there as we go through turn 1, and we're just going to try and pounce on the opportunity and move ourselves up into P5 in class there, running a little bit wide on the exit of the corner there. And even with that, the Aston Martin's still getting the better rotation on the exit of the corner there. And yeah, so that it says a lot. It does really scream numbers, and I think, you know, it does need to be looked into, sadly, or drop off. It's just going to be such a drop off in this series, sadly. You know, going into this round, it was only Liam and I, sadly as well. Wolves and Matt both couldn't make this one due to different reasons. So yeah, I mean, it's basically the Mercedes and Aston Cup anyway, and sadly when you see even less drivers being able to make it in varied vehicles as well. It's a little bit sad to see, and yeah, hopefully TORA, like I said, can have a bit of a look into it, ready for the next couple of weeks. They're running a bit wide as we come out on to the back straight there, and just once again, look at the Aston all over the back of me there. He's going to move to the outside in towards the final couple of corners there. Are we going to be able to hold on to it though? We try and get it parked nice and tidy there on the power, nice and early on the exit. They're just about actually getting in front of him, but I think there might have been a little bit of lag there, and I don't know whether obviously he thought I just wasn't quite fully ahead, or I'd accidentally, you know, pushed him ever so slightly wide on his screen there. But, you know, no contact mine there as we now move on to a lap 3 there. He's just going to go for a bit of a, you know, a bit of a aggressive move there, sort of just push me out wide ever so slightly here. So we're going to try and squeeze to the inside here as we come down in towards the next couple of corners there. Try to break as late as we possibly can there. Still side by side. Are we going to be able to hook it up around the outside? Of course we're not. Just look at that. Nothing we can really do in that situation. We try to have a look up the inside there as well, but can't make anything stick as we come down the hill there. But yeah, we're still holding on though to P6 in class at this early stage of the day. But one lap later, the Aston Martin, well, another Aston Martin, I should say, Mead, was all over the back of me at this stage of the day there. And well, like I said, that Aston it's matching us down the straights, and as you can see, so much more in the corners. And I mean, we had a pretty solid gearbox, I'd like to think, in this car. You know, we certainly weren't losing out. It wasn't like a ridiculous gearbox was losing us out on a lot of speed there. It's just that Aston it just seems like it's the strongest or the second strongest car in every aspect, sadly. And obviously things like the Merc, it's probably the thing that, the Merc is probably the only car that's better handling than the Aston, and sadly obviously the Merc has just got nothing down the straights, so it's a little bit weird at the end of the day there. You know, we'll continue on up the inside potentially there. We're just going to get squeezed out Aerox McQueen there and have a little bit of contact as well with Aerox Bobby, sadly, as we try and get down the hill once again here. We're going to have a look up the inside maybe of Bobby once more though. I think we're just going to get pinched on the curb, sadly, on the exit of the corner, and can't really go for anything as we come up the hill in towards the next couple of corners of the lap we go. They're getting a little bit loose over the curbs. They're really having to try to push the track limits there. We're going to get up the inside of Bobby there. It actually gives me the room on the inside, so we're going to try and keep it nice and steady. McQueen's just going to give us a little bit of a bump there as we come 3 wide actually through the head there. We are just going to be able to hold on in the middle between the pair of them there, and now, yeah, you just see how much the Astons instantly have been able to break away there, just through a little bit of battling in, well, yeah, as I keep saying, in general, a bit of OP in that car as well. And McQueen's going to get a better run, though, on the exit of the corner. It's going to be a drag race down in towards turn 4 there, and sadly, we're just not going to be able to do anything to try and defend. We're going to try and go for a bit of a switchback move there, but that Mercedes is, like I said, it lacks down the straight, so I think it's a bit more balanced, but it's so quick through the corners as well. I'm going to go back up the inside of McQueen. He's just going to try and slam the door shut, even though I'm already up the inside. Not too sure what that was all about as well. Yeah, maybe we're going to try and look again up the inside in towards the next couple of corners. Think better of it there, and that's going to mean we drop back down to P19 overall in this race. P7 in class, or no, sorry, P8 in class even, if I'm not mistaken there, so not ideal at this stage of the day. But yeah, sadly, after that, this race would become very, very quiet for myself. You know, we actually get past McQueen again towards the end, just through the pit stops. The pit stop, sorry, no, we get past McQueen because he got damaged. Sorry, the pit stops sadly screwed me. We lost, I kid you not, a good 700 feet through the pit stops. I know it was Aerox Bowkett was talking about it after the race, Jacob Bowkett, saying that the pit stops, you know, myself and Lawrence lost like 600-700 feet, and that kind of screwed me at the end of the day there. Sparky was able to get past me in the pit stop window there, and yeah, but you know, P8 and the first race of the night, hopefully race 2 can be a little bit better for myself, but really, you know, we're kind of counting on a bit of a miracle here as we come out of the start-finish line there, and it's lights out and away we go once more. Sparky's going to get a brilliant start there. Kieran is just going to try and pen me in behind him there. He just did not get the run that he needed there as we come down in towards turn 1. Are we going to be able to do anything on the outside that we're going to try and break later on the brakes? Are a little bit of laggy contact there. Craviator unfortunately forces Aerox Bethel out a little bit wider than he would have liked there, and yeah, we're going to be able to hold on to P8 there. Look at Bobby though, getting the run around the outside through turn 3 there. He's going to be able to hold it. We're going to try and give a bit of a squeeze there. We should be able to get the power and hold it up the inside there, and I think that's what we're going to be able to do there. Up the inside of Sparky once again, we do get the car slowed down on the apex there as well. And now on the exit of the corner, we're going to try and get the run. We got Kieran there on the inside as well. Are we going to be able to make the move around the outside of him? We certainly have got around the outside of Sparky there, and we're going to get the drive down the hill there on Kieran. He's going to try and force me out wide on the exit of the corner there. We're going to be side by side as we come now down in towards the next corner there, and Kieran's just going to hang me out to dry. Broke a little bit later than myself, but we're still going to be side by side on the exit here. As now Aerox McQueen is going to be a little bit cheeky here, I must admit. I wasn't too happy with this one. He's just going to give me a huge punt there, force my, you know, basically go for a bump and run. We're going to have to obviously take the chicane there, accidentally completely come back across THR Sparky there. Apologies to him. That wasn't my intention, but I think if I broke, I could have probably caused even more issues there as well. Aerox, Bobby and Hurricane get back down the inside as well there as we come now down in towards the final few corners of the lap. Are we going to be able to get any sort of moves back up the inside of the Aston Martin? They're certainly going to be difficult. We're going to try and keep the nose up the inside there. A little bit later on the brakes, a little bit of contact here and there by absolutely everyone here. And Kieran, yeah, he's going to try and hold it up the inside. We're still going to be around the outside there. Once again, a little bit of contact maybe between the pairs there. Sparky almost makes it 3 wide through the final corner there. We're just going to be able to get the run through the final corner, but no, we're not. The Aston Martin is still all over the back of you here. Is he going to be able to get any sort of run as we come down towards turn 1? I think, you know, these cars are fairly even down the straights. Obviously, the same can't be said through the corners there. Yeah, I think we are just about going to be able to hold on at this stage for P20 overall in the race there. Are we going to be able to get any sort of defence through turn 1 and turn 2? I don't think we are. Are we going to be able to? I think we are just about in the end there. And yeah, Kieran's going to have to hold back for now, but he's not. He's just going to go for an absolute lunge, if I'm not mistaken. He does show the nose there. He tries to get it up the inside. We're just going to try and get around the corner as well there. And yeah, just look at that. Just trying to defend for my life here at this stage of the day. But sadly, you know, just trying to get any sort of move you possibly can at this stage of the day there. But as we now move on to the end of lap 3 there, and once again we're just going to get squeezed out a little bit wide through the final corner, and now down on the start finish line. It's going to be a drag race on the run towards turn 1. Let's see which car does fare better here with side by side, and then just look at that Aston towards the top end. We have got nothing up against it. Side by side in towards turn 1 that we try to get later on the brakes. Are we going to be able to make any sort of move? I'm not too sure. He's going to be on the inside here. It's going to be very, very difficult to try and do anything on the exit of the corner there. And yeah, just look at that. The Aston Martin once again getting the rotation through. We are going to just about be able to get a bit of a drag race out on towards the next couple of corners there. But basically I'm just trying to do everything under the brakes at the moment here. And so I think we're all aware brakes is... everything on race brakes is pretty much the same, sadly. It's just a case, obviously, if you've got an elite controller or not as well. Then around the outside, maybe? No, sadly not. In the end there, and yeah, we would drop behind Kieran once again. But at the end of race 2, sadly, we would once again get screwed in the pit lane here. Obviously, no real point in showing it, sadly, because obviously it's just nothing. We would get past Bobby, and yeah, Sparky, sadly, would get past me as well as a disconnect for someone as well. I'm not too sure who it was actually off the top of my head. I can't quite remember. It might be one of the GT3s in the end there. So I think sadly it's only going to be P9, P10. I can't quite remember which off the top of my head there at the end of race 2. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video nonetheless. After the opening 2 rounds of this series, we are still the best of the rest in GT4. We're tied with AMS Mead actually for P6 overall in the championship. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you get yourself subscribed for more Forza Motorsport 7 British GT. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next time for Silverstone.